too good to be true, right? And you don't want to find yourself in a very compromising situation. So guys, spread the word, share the link. Let's keep safe online. Eno, have you been hacked before?
Have I been hacked?
Yeah, or scammed before?
No.
Oh, then you try.
I try.
Sometimes it's not even like you know, it's just chance and luck. Not in your case. Not in your case. Maybe you've not been like a target of the people.
Or maybe I actually have. I remember sometimes someone sent me, what was it? Something that, they can't get access to their WhatsApp, so they've channeled it through me, some code. I'm like, and then you never get access to your WhatsApp.
On Friday.
It just sounded weird that particular person would send me a message that, there's a code that has been sent to my phone for them to open their WhatsApp. I'm like, then you never gain access. It means that you're literate. You have basic cybersecurity, It just
technical
didn't sound right.
Chris narrated.
If I don't feel right about it. Yeah, I heard her yesterday. If I don't feel right about it, it will never happen.
Anyway.
Click that link. So I barely download stuff.
That's actually a good online trait to have.
Yeah.
All right. We can delve into sports now. El Mint.
Yo, Mr. Duncan.
El Mint.
Oh, Mr. Duncan.
El Mint.
The way I was sitting quietly, why you been hacked before?
Oh, no.
You've been spammed?
No.
You've been phishing something?
Oh, no. I was thinking about so many different things. That bit is not
something
I was thinking about.
No. You were thinking about basketball?
Yeah, I was thinking about basketball. I was thinking about Kotoko's heavy loss last night. So the hacking bit, the hacking boys, they haven't targeted me yet. Okay, well, they've targeted me before, but I just smelt it like right from the start. Like it wasn't something that was so difficult to be able to see or spot. So I just brushed it. I just cut the call.
Anyway.
And moved on with my life.
All right.
Anyways, Charlie. Yeah, so Kotoko. Kotoko. Yes.
You don't even know what to start from, right? Like, there's so many things wrong with the club.
Yeah, so Kotoko, last night they went over to Morocco to play the second leg of their CAF Confederation Cup match up against Wydad Casablanca of Morocco. The first leg took place last weekend, and they lost by a goal to 0 at the Accra Sports Stadium because the Kumasi Sports Stadium or the Baba Yara Sports Stadium that they wanted to use to host the game, which is their home venue, it's not CAF approved or CAF certified, and so they had to play their game at the Accra Sports Stadium, and they lost by a goal to 0. So last night was the second leg or the return leg, and they played it in Morocco, and they ended up losing by 5 goals to 1. And yes, it was a very embarrassing loss. And on top of that, what made it a little bit worse was that just 2 hours after the loss, Kotoko announced that they had
Albert Amour. Right?
Yes, they've sold Albert Amour, one of their best players, to a Libyan side called Al Ali Benghazi. And the funny thing is, Al Ali Benghazi, their basketball team, are the reigning Basketball Africa League champions. So that is a proper sporting club. And Kotoko, their name is Kumasi Asante Kotoko Sporting Club, but I don't find any other franchise outside the football team. And so for me, it's just a sporting club on paper. Now, other teams who are called sporting clubs, they are proper sporting clubs.
Sporting club run, right?
Yes, sporting clubs. So they have teams in other sports disciplines, and that's what makes it a sports club. Right. If it's just football club, it's just FC. Liverpool is a football club. It's just FC.
Barcelona, Real Madrid are sporting clubs.
Sporting clubs because they have basketball teams, they have volleyball teams, they have other teams in other sports. That's what a sporting club is, a proper sporting club, not the one just on paper. Accra also folk the same thing, sporting club, but you don't find them with a team in other sports disciplines. And so, yeah, it was very disappointing, losing by 5 goals to 1 Kotoko. And what that means is that Ghana has no representative in the Continental Championships because in the CAF Champions League, Bibiani Gold Stars, they ended up getting eliminated in the first round by Algeria's JS Kabylie. And so Kotoko was the sole representative of Ghana in the Continental Championship. And they managed to beat Kwara United of Nigeria in the first round. They qualified, and yes, they ended up meeting Wydad Athletic Casablanca. And in the lead up to the game, Wydad announced the signing of former Chelsea player Hakim Ziyech.
Yeah.
And that tells you the amount of money that these guys have.
But to even look at the stadium quality gap.
Yes, there's the stadium, the pitch. It was well watered before the game started.
See, I went to watch the first leg. I was in the VVIP stands with all of these big Kotoko fans, MPs, Asenso Boache, Mensha South MP, Nareje Bafuwa, like so many big people. In fact, Otoado was sitting right in front of me. And I was watching the game. So after the game, I went to the media stand, the media press center, the journalists in me. And from the media press center, you can see the exit of the dressing room, if you've been there before. You know, when the guys entered the dressing room after the game, in less than 5 minutes, like 2 minutes, because it was right after the game when I went there, they just left the dressing room. It was like, I was thinking that, oh, maybe they'll like shower, do a quick meeting, you know. And I was wondering, and I was speaking to one like crew member. He was like a videographer for the team. And I was told that they were lodging in Kempinski.
Oh, yeah.
Kotoko.
No,
the
whole team were so.
Some even came. JS Kabili, the team from Algeria that beat BBN Gold Stars.
Right.
They came with their charter flight. Oh. They came with a charter flight, and it's theirs. Like, yeah.
It's their
so is it that
crew.
We're not?
No, the point is the difference is
huge. The difference is huge.
And we see it.
So what are we doing wrong with our local clubs?
Everything. And y'all started it off brilliantly with the whole sporting club analogy of how the systems are running.
Yeah.
You know, and just let me say this.
We should get the basics right. We should get the basics right. So get the foundation right. Proper academic structure. Build up the young ones into properly trained players. Then once you bring them up, you don't sell them immediately because a club showed you the first amount of major money that you've seen or you've received.
And
or you don't take up you don't take up the first offer that comes your way. No, because you have a plan. Just stick to the plan. Give these guys a couple of, let's say 3 years, a 3-year run. If they are consistent, the fans will be coming to the stadium. And so you have a high attendance. So you'll be able to get some solid money from the gates. Then you'll be able to invest properly in the team a little bit at the basic level. Then because you are consistent and the players are quality, other corporate bodies will also come on board to help you out with your finances. That's where you get a stable, solid ground. Then if you want to sell 1 or 2 players, it wouldn't affect the overall quality of your team. Because that's what is really, really hurting our teams over here. And there's also another bit. That one, it goes beyond the clubs. You have to factor in the national economy. Because how many companies in Ghana every year, how many companies make profit and make enough profit to the extent that they can sponsor some of these clubs the way they expect them to be sponsored, to the extent that they can cover about, let's say, sponsorship can cover about 70% of their budget. Then the 30% will come from, let's say, gate proceeds, as pertains to other clubs in other countries. But here, it doesn't work that way. To the extent that even in some countries like South Africa, Egypt, and co., companies literally fight each other just to get to sponsor some of these clubs. Because they know that, okay, if I sponsor this club, they will make a deep run in the Continental Championship. And then my visibility will be on top level.
The pushback to your point, and I agree largely, is that if you run the football club very well, you wouldn't then have to solely depend on local sponsors, right?
Yeah.
Foreign companies can jump on and say, I believe in the direction of this club, so I'm going to invest money into them.
True.
You know, High Sense is not necessarily a local business, right? But they sponsor Kotoko. So the point is that run the club well. Let us see that administratively you are doing the right thing. Corporate governance, your marketing strategy, your branding. Let's see that things are right. Then the funds from external sources will come in. And I'm sure that, you know, it's a problem.
As soon as I heard about this whole Albert Amma transfer, the first thing I tweeted out was, look, it will be hard for us to get out of these trenches.
Like what prevented Kotoko from having the resources to put together the Babayara Stadium, to make it in shape for the game. I felt that if they had played that game in Baba Yara, for example, the outcome might have been slightly different.
Definitely,
you know, and it gives them a psychological edge. So it's like the basics.
You know, the basics. Before the game, they wanted the pitch, like top level watering. That's standard procedure.
There's some official was on the pitch
sprinkling some items.
What was he doing?
The mindset crack.
He was walked off, right?
Yeah, he was walked off the pitch. You see, they have this mindset like, oh, we are sprinkling what is it, garlic or salt or something to prevent any kind of witchcraft or wizardry, sorcery things.
Playing the football. His talent, his skill was coaching.
Look,
after all he did, 5-1.
Exactly. See, like, that's what
and they did it in the first leg. In the first leg, when the Kotoko players are coming on the pitch, then they'll turn. They'll use their foot.
They'll enter the field with their backs. Jolly some weird stuff.
You have to be serious.
See, for
if those things won games, would have won World Cup by now.
And look, and on top of that, that's what I'm saying, the basics. A lot of people in Ghana really don't know that, like, sports like basketball, handball, volleyball are indoor sports. Any handball or hand sport is an indoor sport because the air, if you play it outside, the wind or the air can affect the trajectory of the ball if you shoot it or you spike it. So it's an indoor sport. But Ghana, the indoor venues, where are they? Most of them are privately owned.
So the problem is a sporting infrastructure problem.
Exactly. And because before that withered game, they watered the pitch. Ghana players, how many of them play on a surface that has been watered before the game?
But to be fair, the Accra Sports Stadium pitch, I'll give credit to Veronica and of course.
They've improved the pitch. At least. They've improved the pitch.
On Pofankra. We can see substantial progress. But I think that
it could be better.
The Accra Sports Stadium has outlived its usefulness. I was in the media center. I was appalled. Like, if you stand in front of the stadium, you can literally see the stadium breaking away. It's rusted. Parts have peeled off. You know, and you compare it to Wydad Casablanca. You know, the advertising board. You know, and of course, this is a club that competed at the Club World Cup. So they have some international pedigree. But you know, Kotoko is not a small club either. And if you don't get the basics right, like you are saying,
historically they are contemporary.
Well, so I think that
anyway,
we are not part of the thing. You know, the train has left us.
Yeah, we are in the trenches, man.
Catching up, you know. But at the very least, we can still improve.
Yes, do the basics
and build
right,
on it.
And,
you know,
and that would be pretty much it.
Why is the FBI investigating the NBA?
Yes, the NBA. You see, betting, illegal betting. Look, the NBA. It started just on Wednesday.
Right.
It started Wednesday, the 2025-2026 NBA season started on Wednesday. And on Thursday, the FBI made an announcement that, look, 30 people have been arrested for illegal gambling and betting, and to the extent that it's connected to 5 families in the Italian mafia. And 3 people who are directly connected to the NBA were named. So, including the guy on your screen, Terry Rozier. He plays for the Miami Heat. He, at one point in time, feigned an injury. And he let his boys know that he will check out of a game because of that injury. And so, if they are going to bet, they should bet at a certain point in time in the game. Because he was their best player. At the time, he wasn't playing for the Miami Heat. He was playing for the Charlotte Hornets. And so, once you have that information, and he was practically the best player on that team, because Charlotte Hornets, they are trash. He was the best player on that team. So, if he says, I'm going to leave the game at a certain point in time,
it aids the betting.
It aids the guys who are betting. And that is not a fair thing to do. Inside information. He was implicated in that to the extent that allegedly, per the investigations, an amount of $200,000 was even presented to him at his home in cash after a certain number of games. Right. And the man you see on your screen, he was also implicated and he's been arrested. That's Chauncey Billups. He is the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers. As we speak, he has been suspended. And he even got arrested. And yes, the photo you see on your screen was after he got released from custody. And so it is a big deal.
Wow.
And they had been investigating these guys for 4 years. It's not something that just came out of the blue, and it's a big deal. The people you see on your screen, one is a U.S. Legislator. The guy on the right, draped in the FBI blazer, that's the head of the FBI, right. Kash Patel. Yeah. And the FBI is a very powerful institution. And so for the head of the FBI to be involved in this, it's definitely a big deal. And unfortunately, yes, the NBA has a brilliant reputation. And look, this thing has really given them a huge hit. And yes, they said that they've taken it very seriously. They are conducting more investigations into the issue. But at the moment, the update is that yes, Chauncey Billups, the head coach of Portland Trail Blazers, he got arrested, but he's been released from custody. And Terry Rozier, Damon Jones, those guys have also been suspended. And because Chauncey Billups has been suspended, they've replaced him on an interim basis with Thiago Splitter, right. A former player of the San Antonio Spurs. And he also won the NBA championship with San Antonio Spurs. And so that's the rundown on the NBA and regards to all the investigations taking place in the NBA.